Elmer Edwards. I'm 81 years old. I have two sons, Raul Edwards and Christopher Edwards, and one daughter, Joy Edwards. See, I'm married to Imogene Edwards. We've been married for, about 59 years right now. And I guess we're happily married. We're still together. I live in Gary, Indiana. My wife and I are both retired, and we've been retired quite a while. I was diagnosed by constantly having to get up at night and going to the toilet. And I couldn't empty my bag, my urine. And it was a problem, so I went to the doctor after reading about these symptoms. And it was confirmed that I had prostate problems.
So prostate cancer typically doesn't have any symptoms. That's why it's often considered a silent killer. Like diabetes and high blood pressure, by the time you have symptoms, you have pretty advanced disease. Right? So that's why screening or testing before you have symptoms is really important. So in the 1980s, before we had something like the PSA test, the blood test to screen for prostate cancer, men would present with back pain, which is a sign that the prostate cancer has already grown or outside of the prostate and gone to the bones. So some of the other symptoms that you may have, if you have disease that's already more advanced and we really want to catch it, some men may complain of urinating quite frequently. They may complain of blood in their urine. They may complain of some pain in the lower part of their belly, in the area where sort of like where their bladder is and where their prostate is from having to go to the bathroom frequently. But when you have those symptoms, again, that's something that we want to avoid you presenting to the doctor with. We want to identify it earlier.
So to be clear, you can have no symptoms at all, and you can actually have prostate cancer at the early stage of prostate cancer.
Exactly. In fact, most men that we diagnose with prostate cancer in this day and age, because of the PSA test, do not have symptoms when we diagnose prostate cancer.
Wow. Interesting.
Since I went to Mayo and had it taken care of, I've had no symptoms, and all the tests have come out great. So I guess I'm pretty lucky right now. And the reason I was diagnosed, a friend of mine had prostate pretty bad, and he passed on, and I saw him suffer, so I didn't want to go through the same symptoms with the radiation and everything, and I was lucky. After the operation, I didn't have to go through all that. I don't even take a pill for it now. After I was confirmed that I had prostate problems from being examined here in Gary, I went up to Mayo Clinic, and they ran extensive tests and then diagnosed. They confirmed that I did have it, but quite not as bad as I thought it was at the first. It was diagnosed in Gary. So, and they operated. I didn't want to waste any time. And I haven't been back since, except for the doctors around locally. I never had radiation treatment or anything some of the other people had. So I count myself as being blessed. Well, I wish I could go back and start all over again. Maybe I could have prevented. You never know. Some precautions, I guess, going to get examined regularly. My family was very supportive. The kids, they all came to I guess, encourage me, and that they were standing behind me. It made me feel pretty good. Every man should go and get examined, whether you have symptoms or not, to be on the safe side.